Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Terrifying Tuesday where we talk about all things horror, and we have some Scream rumors that have been floating around thanks to one of the actresses saying something in an interview. So we're going to kind of break that down. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so with Jasmin Savoy Brown doing this interview, she definitely stirred the pot. Could Chad and Mindy potentially be the murderers in a future installment of Scream? Well, this is the type of thing that fans theorize about all the time. Will one of the main heroes turn villain? The problem with doing this is that a lot of times it does feel like a betrayal. Now, while it would be cool, even she says that she don't think it would happen unless her brother is a killer with her. Because there's the definitive thing. If Mindy turns killer without Chad, then the fans are going to be even more mad about it. And not only that, you have to look at it this way. The character of Mindy has definitely grown within the franchise, and to see her take the step back and blame the survivors of the films for her uncle's death or something, which would have made a really great motive in Scream 5. If they had done that in Scream 5 and then had her escape, then that would have been very cool. But I think we have gone past that. Now, a lot of people will remember that the character of Mindy did make the joke that she was the killer. When Amber was talking to her, she said, "I know you're not the killer because I'm the killer." And that was one of those moments where the fans kind of all were like, this is okay. This could happen. But now we've moved past that. We've seen her evolve as a character enough to where I don't think that that's going to happen. I don't think that's a scenario that fans want to see. But let's play devil's advocate for a second. She did say that line after all. I know you're not the killer because I am. But what did that really mean? Because in the opening scene, we saw Tara looking at Amber on the phone with Ghostface was looking at Amber. So if that's the scenario, then we can assume that this may be another person or that it was pre-recorded. And fans have speculated both of those scenarios. Either A, there are 3 killers, maybe more, or B, it was pre-recorded. Now, in that case, however, could it be that she saw what was happening and decided to step back? Let other people do the dirty work for her and her brother while they sat back and relaxed. All they had to do was survive the movie. Now, jump forward, their revenge plot is still not realized. They went to New York, they possibly regrouped, but everyone was blaming Sam for the murders. So once more, they had an opportunity not to be guilty of anything. However, all they had to do, once again, was survive. So they now look at the situation as nobody's been able to get this done and get revenge for their uncle's death. Because remember, their uncle died at the hands of a Ghostface that was after Sydney. And Sydney's original Ghostface killer was also Sam's dad. So yes, there could be animosity there. They could decide that they want to finish the job themselves. Maybe they've always been a part of it and just knew when to step back and let other people take over so that they could keep their hands clean. But in a future movie, that's no longer an option. In a future movie, maybe they see this scenario as nobody's been able to get it done. If you want something done right, You gotta do it yourself. And then they put on the masks themselves and become our new Ghostfaces. However, I don't see that really happening because they are main characters and they are likable. And I would actually argue that while Mindy is our Randy character, Chad is more of our Dewey character, constantly getting stabbed almost to death and surviving. And before you say anything about Mindy getting stabbed, remember that Mindy has gotten stabbed multiple times too, but only because the original scenario in Scream 2 was for Randy to have survived, right? We have to assume that that wasn't always in the script. Randy could have very well walked out of there too. They could have had Randy move on. And if he moved on, then of course that attack probably still happens. So once they decided the character of Randy was dead, then that was just it. But if Randy had moved on, he would have been stabbed multiple times just the way Dewey was. It would have continued to the second one. Just because none of them died yet doesn't mean we're not going to lose any of the core members of this group. I definitely think in Scream 7, one or more of them probably will die. I don't see them continuing on in the same capacity as the original group. So when you're looking at it that way, you have to realize that losing a member of the group is the natural way that the films must progress. You can't have everyone survive all the time. It takes away the realism and the scariness of it. It makes it so that the viewer just knows that these people have plot armor and they're not going to die. And in a horror movie, this is especially bad. Because in a horror movie, you should feel like any character can die at any time. And that's kind of the thing. If they are the killers, then this automatically means both of them are going to die because you know the main 2 or 3 aren't going to die. You know that Tara isn't going to die because Jenna Ortega is actually becoming more and more popular and they're going to keep her in the franchise for as long as they possibly can. You know that Sam's not going to die because she is sort of a main character. And, you know, so once you know that those 2 characters will not die, then you kind of have this scenario where you know that anybody else is fair game. And if you take that away, then it becomes less of a threat. That's what I think. Alright everyone, so we want to know what you guys think, so leave us a comment in the comment box below. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of the conversation as well. And then friends, make sure you hit that like button, it helps the channel, we appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers, so you don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. And then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it, fandom is family.